Hello friends, Those Back Pages here. I hope you're well. Tonight's episode, dogs. I've done it, you've done it, people you know have done it, or said it I should say. Buy this, it's going to be good. Buy that, it's going to be good. It's going to be popular. It's going to be whatever, fill in the blank. I suppose that's more like sheep. But sometimes you just get hunches or inklings, gut calls, and you feel like you should follow it. Part of the whole zag when everyone is zigging type of thing. So I guess a great example would be what you see in front of you, which are from 1999 Pokémon. Those are first editions. Those are the 6 color energies that existed when the set first started. I was buying these, I believe it was 2018. I don't remember. But I was buying them, and a couple of my friends were like, "Why are you buying that crap?" You know, those are just... I can't think of an analogy for you guys, these sports card guys, that what these would be equivalent to. If you're a Magic the Gathering person, I should say. If you're a Magic the Gathering person, these are equivalent to mana. It's energy, essentially. That's what it's called, energy. It says it right on there. It's required to play Pokemon. Let's just leave it at that. I'm not a Pokemon expert, but I am a fan. I play the online version, not the Pokemon Go. Never got into that, but I do play the Pokemon online version, and I actually recommend that highly for any of you that have kids that would like or do play Pokemon. It's a great way to learn the game, and it is, at the base level, it is free. So yeah, I bought a few sets of these PSA 10, Gem Mint 10. All of them are Gem Mint 10. I do have I believe I have a couple sets of 9s as well. But I was buying these and they were just under $20 a piece. Which, you know, sounds like a lot for a very common energy card, but these are the first editions, as you can tell by the stamp in the corner. Then they had a colorless double energy, which in there, as you can see, the first edition stamp is right there. This is a rare. These are commons. I think this was actually uncommon. I don't remember exactly. The backs all look the same because it is a collectible card game. This one's, I believe now, is quite a bit more than those. This was not even cheap 2 years ago in a 10. It wasn't cheap in a 9 either. I think I have a 9 as well. I didn't bother to check. I just wanted to get this video underway for you guys. But it's not a Pokemon video, so if you're excited about it being a whole Pokemon video, is not. I'll be showing some more Pokemon at the end. It's kind of a whole theme going on here. Dogs. What do I mean by dogs? I guess it has a couple of meanings. One could be that it's cards that are looked down upon, or were, in the hobby for being too common or generic. But that is obviously no longer the case. They could also be cards that are in subpar condition, assigned grades. Start with these, end with that. I think just planning out here a little bit. Yeah, you know my feelings on grading. I know a lot of you don't like grading, and that's fine. But there are ways to use grading to your advantage. If you don't worry about so much about the number on the assigned number on the slab, you can really pick up some nice cards at affordable prices. And the sports cards I'm going to show tonight are not of the run-of-the-mill variety. They're all, looking at them now, they are all individually numbered. And we'll start with an oldie here. Hard to believe this 11-year-old card is old, but here we are. I've had this for a couple months now. This is a 2009 Derek Jeter blue refractor, tops chrome. No etching on it. Fake etching, like just showing the pinstripes, but you can see the assigned grade there is a 6. And these are individually numbered to, I think that, yeah, they did 199 that year for some reason. Usually it's 150. But if you look closely, there's some band of something there. Surface defect running right there. But it does not take away from the overall look of the card. It kind of blends into the base of the outfield wall here. I think this was under $11 because it's only a 6. So I use that to my advantage as a collector. Another shiny card from 2003. It's hard to believe that this card is now 17, going on 18 years old. It is from the 2003 Topps Tribute. This is the red parallel, where the nameplate is the logo, the Tribute logo is in red, the name is in red. These are individually numbered to 225 on the back. It's poorly centered top to bottom. I'm guessing that is accounting for the assigned grade, but again, this was $10 for a third year Pujols numbered card to, like I mentioned, 225, and it's super shiny. No etching, but it's super shiny. But since it's only a 7, that kept it down. The price. Next up is from 2019 Gypsy Queen. You'll see this fella in the next few cards here. Juan Soto. This is the red. This is the paper red. And it is a PSA 7. Now, I didn't take the loop out because why not? I did not feel like it. The assigned grade on this is a 7. I mean, it is a little off center both ways, but left to right more so. But, nothing outstanding like, oh man, that's a really huge defect. Now, the cool thing about this is that this card is numbered 1 of 10. This is the first Gypsy Queen card he had. He was not in 18 because Gypsy Queen is released too early in the year to have rookies, or it used to be anyway. So there's no Gypsy Queen Soto rookie. This is his first Gypsy Queen card. And again, it's number 1 of 10. Give me a break. That's pretty damn good. Team colors, red. And this was $38. So I'm really happy to add some. You'll see a couple more Sotos here. Some really cheap Sotos. I think Soto is has a bright future. Let's put it that way. And I feel that, you know, he's a champion. He's got a ring. This year he won a batting title. And Sunday will be his 22nd birthday. So as of this recording, he is still 21 years old. And he's still learning. You know, that's the thing with these guys. Soto, Acuna, Tatis, you know. Acuna is the oldest one. He's already 22. He'll be 23 in December. Kleber's going to be 24 this year. I mean, these guys are so young that we tend to forget that you know, baseball is a man's game, and it takes these are, you know, by definition, I suppose they're men, but not really. Excuse me. So I've got a couple more to show here, and next up is a 2019. Now here's the next 5 cards, yeah, all of this variety, and I think that this variety is going to see, already has in some cases, but still has a ways to go as far as popularity increase, and that's the let's see if I can hide the grade for you, just because it's important. And that's the 2019 Topps Chrome Orange Wave, Juan Soto. Now, I don't think the camera's not going to do it justice. This card is ultra shiny. It actually looks a lot better than your average refractor. It's shiny like a refractor, but it's got waves. Hence the name Waves, but it has waves. And you know, this card, these oranges are numbered to 25. So I was very happy to add this to my collection, and it is a PSA 6. So I bought this. This was a buy it now. It was $57. I said, well, the scans is from ComC, so the scans were crappy, because that's ComC's thing. But I got it in. It's like, man, I really don't see any like folded corners, like peeling, no creases, because then it would be a 5. But then I saw, I don't even think the camera's going to pick it up. Let's see, yeah, maybe a little bit right there. Right. Let's see if the camera you can see right there on the left of that light bulb. The little thumbnail indentation right there. I put the light over it on the left. So yeah, there's a little indentation, and that makes it a 6. Again, there's 25 copies of this. And I saw a 2020 orange Soto, which is also numbered to 25. And, well, I stopped looking at it. I think it was last night or the night before. It was at 102 when I stopped following it. So double the price of this. This has the rookie cup that we all love. And again, I feel there's a lot of untapped awesomeness in the lower assigned grades, because people are going to like, oh, that's a 6. I wouldn't even bother with that. Well, you know, for $100, I wouldn't either. But for half that, why not? Because, you know, it's super shiny and it's an orange. Here's the 20. This is raw. There's nothing wrong with it. I purchased it raw. This is a gold refractor from 2020 Topps Chrome. Gold refractor wave. I apologize. It's also numbered to 50. You know, I threw an offer out that I didn't think would get accepted because, like I always tell you guys, send the offer. They have, if a seller has best offer and they don't have auto decline, never feel guilty about sending real money offers for collectibles. If they don't like it, they can put on the auto decline, outright auto decline. Sometimes they'll tell you off. I've had that happen. No worries. It's like, look, dude, I'm giving you real money for collectibles. But I mean, just look at that shine. It's just incredible. And again, the waves are kind of frowned upon. I mean, for a Topps Chrome, they've been around since 2016 now. So if your player's in it and you're not into it, you might want to take a look and check it out. Here's the 2020 Soto Blue Wave Refractor. Now the cool thing about this, other than it, you know, looking awesome because it's Nationals colors, but the blue waves are numbered to 75. The blue regular refractors are numbered to 150 for the most part. That cheater was 199, but for the last, I don't know how many years, the blue refractors have been to 150. Now this card benefits from the wave because the regular refractor, when the card's dark in the background, it doesn't really refract very well. So these are numbered to 75. And in the grand scheme of things, they're not very costly. Here's a 2020 green refractor. They do make a red refractor, which I believe is numbered to 5. I mean, a red wave refractor, I apologize. It's just numbered to 5. And this is the green. Got a good price on this. I would have bought this raw, but the price was I think the price was about the same. So these are numbered to 99, just like the non-wave green refractors. Green refractors even green non-wave refractors are just not popular. Purple is not popular. There are no purple waves. Another good thing about the waves, here's a 2020 green Acuna, which I don't even think the camera's there's a scratch right here. Whoops. You see that little dot? That's on the card, and then there's a little scratch above it. I think that little dot is actually like a little tiny series of hair scratches. But again, I think this was under $10. And it's actually an eBay 1 of 1. 99 of 99. It was a straight auction. The guy put read in the read description, blah, blah, blah. And he tried his best to show the scratch because it's in a dark area. But that scared off a lot of people. So kept bidding down. Glad to add that to the collection. It's a Topps Chrome color refractor that's numbered. You know, you really can't go wrong with those. They're really fun to look at, and the waves tend to be affordable because they're, like I said, they're kind of looked down upon, and you have to take that to your advantage at this time, because just because they're looked down upon now does not mean that might change in the future. Might not, but it might. And again, you can't worry about it. You're collecting because you love collecting. You know, they're not all going to be zingers. So let's close it off with some more slabs here. Speaking of dogs, let's see if I can do it this way. This is there we go. Oh, that's blurry. This is a PSA 6. It's blurry again. But this is the Charizard. This is the 1999, not first edition, not shadowless, but I believe this is called Unlimited. It's technically the third printing, because I'll give a quick synopsis for you guys, because you might see these in the wild and stuff. The first edition has the little same as this, the little first edition stamp is on this card here. I believe it's right here. Not this one, but on the first edition. Then they stopped making the first edition, obviously, and then they made the regular edition, which they screwed up. And you see right here, there's a shadow going around the box, only on the bottom half here and the top. I'm in the side, not the top. This right side, this bottom side, guys, gives it kind of like this year's Allen and Ginter. So it gives it like a 3D looking effect. Well, when they went to print the non-first editions, they screwed that up. And this is all just flat. It's shadowless is what it's called. So it looks like this whole side is all just flat. So that's just something. Those are fairly rare as well. It's more of an error that was corrected in this edition. So this is a 6. I also have a 9 of the card, because if you've known me for any length of time, you know I like my fine 9s. And actually now, as we end the last quarter of 2020, and PSA 9s are pretty much out of reach now for me as well. The prices have gotten silly on 9s, so take what you can get. It's really, you know, as I always say, it's about owning the card, you know, not the assigned grade. And I get it, you can buy raw, you know, we're not going to make this an hour video and going into, you know, raw cards and versus slabs. But this one, this 6, has a, I don't know if the camera will pick up there, but there's a line going right, a factory line going right across, right? I mean, these are sensitive foils to begin with. You can see the shine. So that's why 10s on these are not easy, because there's a lot of surface. Like this one has the line that goes across right there, and it has surface scratches as well. This was played. You can tell there's some wear on the back. This was played a few times. But this foil makes it very susceptible to scratching, which hurts the assigned grade. This is actually an expensive card now. Very expensive, in my opinion. It's all I paid under $200 for both of these combined. So while I was in that, you know, energy and Pokemon and energy and Charizard phase, I picked up a couple other first editions. This is the 2000 release of Pokemon Rocket. This is the Charmander, which is like baby Charizard. This is the first stage. It's the first edition. You can see the stamp there. I have no idea what this is worth now, but this was only, I want to say $10 at most back then. I mean, it was only a 9, and you know, nobody cared about 9s. This is from also the same Rocket expansion, first edition, the Dark Chameleon. I don't know, it just kind of looked like a Charizard, but I picked that up because why not? And then they made in 2016, or shortly there before, Nintendo bought back Pokemon. I think Wizards of the Coast had it. They had it then. Wizards of the Coast was making it then. I don't know how long they were. Anyway, at some point in time, Nintendo got Pokemon back, and they decided in 2016 to make a set, like re-release a set called. Oh, I could have done that. To release a set called Evolutions, which is essentially a straight reproduction of the original 1999 set. Except they didn't have the first edition, they didn't have a shadowless version. They made a couple of changes, which, you know, for in-game play, they made a couple of changes. But very popular, did very well. I think the boxes, like anything else in 2020, are costly as heck now. But they had, obviously they had Charizard in there, so I was like, oh, let me check that out. So this is the 2016, which I guess is going on 5 years old, which is kind of scary in the first place. But again, this is the 2016. This is the Evolutions Charizard. And again, it looks just like the original. You can see his hit points went from 120 on this one to 150. But again, if you play the game, you understand. There's really no point in me going over that stuff. But I mean, for the most part, they look the same. The border's a little thinner on the new one, on the 16. The holograph is better on the 16. You can see it's a lot shinier. Yeah, his flame stands out more. His flame is not hollowed on that. It is hollowed on this one. So it doesn't really... there is none now that no, it's there kind of. But it shows more right there. You can see the original and then the 16. It's a lot shinier. So I did wind up go ahead and getting... what did I wind up getting? 4 of these. Because I think these were $20 each. 20, maybe 25. I don't think I would have paid more than that at the time. Because, you know, this was in 2018, so these were relatively new. In fact, the packs were still available in the stores, in Target, back then. And then they had one fancy... they changed a couple things, like they put more chase stuff, like rare foils and the stuff you see, like the mega expensive ones from the new stuff, and the hidden rares and secret foils, all that stuff. But the one they made a cool called reverse foil, which I thought was really cool, where, you know, here's the regular hollow, and then they just take the actual main box is non-hollow, and then the whole rest of it is hollow. So that's one of the parallels to Charizard. So I just thought that was cool. This might have been a couple dollars more. And again, it wasn't, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't costly to do this now, where, you know, this is a 4-figure card now. To do this now is impossible. I would not try to do this now. You know, it's just the way it is. So yeah, I want to thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your supporting the channel. You know, it's always nice to interact with you guys in the comments and exchange emails and such. It's always a good time. It's always fun to talk about the hobby and get away from real life. I just want you to remember that you matter. I want you to keep collecting. I want you to always be learning. You can never have too much knowledge. I want you to share that knowledge. Because keeping it in doesn't really help the hobby.